Hey guys, it's me, Parker Miguel, and welcome to my very first virtual episode of Park Talk. I can't even believe I'm saying it, it sounds crazy. So I tried the Spotify thing, it didn't really go too well, but now you get to see my face and feel my emotions. So this is exciting, it's gonna be a wild ride. I have so much to talk about. This is my very first episode that I am entitling Refresh. We are refreshing everything in our lives. We're also going to talk about traveling for the summer. And then in celebration of LGBTQ Celebration Month, I'm going to be talking to the parents that may have children that are dealing or coming to terms with their sexuality and how to make that transition easy for both of you guys. So let's get started. I have a theme song and everything, so let's do it. Welcome to Park Talk, my very first virtual episode. Let's get started. I'm spitting. I'm so excited. Let's go. Woo.
We all have two choices in life, to exist or to live out loud. So let's live as loud as we possibly can and navigate through this thing called life together. There's only one rule. Let's have fun. Welcome to Park Talk. Hosted by me, Parker Miguel.
So before we get started, I would like to dedicate this episode to two very special little ladies in my life, my nieces, Melanie and Mackenzie. So they're 2 years old, they're twins, they are the most phenomenal people I've ever met in my life. And so I'm doing this to make a better life for all of us. And so I just want to thank them for inspiring me and pushing me to do great things. So Uncle Parker loves you. Now let's get started. Season 3, Episode 1, Refresh.
Hello there. That doesn't even sound right coming out of my mouth, but yeah.
So guys, recently I had the pleasure of going to Bells Island, aka Browns Island, aka Texas Beach, right here in the heart of Richmond, Virginia, which is my hometown if you guys did not know. So it is an amazing place to take a family. If you really like an outdoorsy adventure, this is definitely the place for you. So the next few clips that I'm gonna show are just gonna highlight a few scenes from my adventure there. We had some friends from Europe here over the weekend and they absolutely loved it. So I hope that you enjoy it as much. And if you want info on coming here to Virginia to visit Belle Isle, send me a DM. I'll be more than happy to give you details. Now, let's get to it. Enjoy it. So when you hear the word refreshed, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? Starting over new? Having a clean slate? Well, that's what I thought. That's what I think. So we're no different. We're all in the same boat when it comes to this journey together. But I am blessed. I'm fortunate enough to be in a place where I am in the process in the season of refreshing. And so what I did to get to this point is just letting things go that have no merit in my life. So that could be finances, that could be my job, that could be friends, and that can even be family. If it has no value, if it doesn't make you feel strong, assertive, and confident, if it doesn't make you love yourself, then guess what? It has no place in your life. There are so many of us that are struggling. The world is so crazy right now. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to love yourself. So here's how we can refresh together.
Now, class, listen up. These are my tips for living a very refreshed sort of lifestyle, okay? I don't know what this accent is, but I like it. I love it. Number one, Do not give power to things that have no merit over your life. Sometimes you just have to let that shit go. If it's not paying your bills, if it's not making you feel good on the inside, let it go. Rule number 2, call the shots in your life. You deserve to do that. No one else controls that but you. 3, fall in love with yourself. Stay in love with yourself. Nobody loves you more than you love yourself. And number 4, be a bad bitch. There we go. Now you're refreshed. Bye.
Diamonds. Diamonds are forever. Imagine having access to some of the most beautiful diamonds in the world and creating the custom design of your dreams. Now is the time to bring your imagination to life. Allow us to help you create the perfect one-of-a-kind jewelry piece for you or that someone special in your life. With access to over hundreds of exclusive diamonds, we're guaranteed to make your wildest jewelry dreams come true. Jewelry has no boundaries, and neither should you. For more information, visit us online on Instagram at JayTheJeweler.
Look, I changed to the all white. I'm feeling angelic. I hope you like it. I'm at my crib, so I do apologize for the mess in the background. But look, summertime is here. We're all traveling. We are going everywhere right now. I do not like driving, but I love to fly. So if you love to fly, every now and then I have to do economy as well. Like, I don't like it, but hey, it is what it is. I'm not breaking the bank. Gas is too high right now, but when I do, I've created the system so I'm not having to pay anything extra for your carry-on bags or the luggages or whatever the fees that come along with that. So I don't want you to break the bank this summer either. I want you to travel and have a good time. So here are my best practices or my tips on how you can save while you are traveling.
Summer is officially here. Finally, we're able to get out there and see the world again. So, where are you headed? Based on a summer travel survey provided by thevacationer.com, nearly 81% of adults plan to travel this summer. 51% of that will be on a plane. So here's how you can ditch those baggage fees and have a few extra bucks for your adventure. The simplest solution is to packing lightly. Look at the number of days that you're on your trip and plan your outfits accordingly. Also, pack light enough so you don't even have to check your bags. If you're like me, every outfit change on vacation is essential. So, purchase a few vacuum seal bags that'll free up space to add more items into your travel bag. Build airline loyalty. Choose a favorite and try to fly with them as much as possible. That way, you can earn points and establish status with them. Personally, I love American Airlines. Now, once you fall in love with your favorite airline, I encourage you to open a credit card with them. That way, you're able to earn free flyer miles, you can have free or low-cost upgrades, free carry-ons, and even access to business lounges depending on where you're traveling. I hope that you have found these 3 quick tips useful. Now, off you go. Safe travels.
You ever feel like sometimes you don't get your flowers? Well, I have the perfect answer for that. I'm choosing my top 5 influencers, whether that being singers, dancers, teachers, doctors, whatever I'm inspired by this week, I'm giving you your flowers because you deserve it. So here are my top 5 influences for this week.
Nimm noch einen Schluck Bier, vielleicht wird's besser dann. Jedenfalls glaubst du das, weil schlimmer nicht mehr werden kann. Yeah, du hast die letzten 100 Tage auf auf der Couch gewohnt. Und jetzt frage ich dich, hat sich das für dich gelohnt? Yeah. Und wenn ich dich so sehe, kann ich eines nicht verstehen. Warum hast du denn nicht selbst gemerkt? So wie ich das sehe, läuft in deinem Leben schon das eine oder andere verkehrt. Doch du weißt, du kannst immer auf mich bauen. Ich bin für dich da, sag nur ein Wort. Komm, lass mich mal ran, nimm meine Hilfe an. Und du wirst sehen, wir ändern das sofort, yeah. Deine Augen brauchen Licht zum Sehen. Drück den Knopf, lass mich in deinen Kopf. Deine Augen brauchen Licht zum Sehen. Drück den Knopf, lass mich in deinen Kopf. Lass mich in deinen Kopf.
Welcome to Park Talk's first ever Love Award. And your next presenter's up, Parker Miguel.
Hello there, and welcome to the very first Love Award. In all honesty, I have always wanted to know what it was like to host one of these things, and so since I have not been given the opportunity, I decided to create the opportunity for myself. So the Love Award is just an extraordinary person that again has inspired me, but in my personal life. And there's so many people I could name for this. It's kind of hard getting through it, so a piece of this goes to all of you. But I would like to recognize Amy Self Samuel as my first recipient of the Love Award. I know Amy, if you don't know her, follow her online. She's absolutely amazing. She's an author, an actress, a writer, a mom, a bomb person, and a really good shoulder to cry on when you need it. So for all the times that you have been there for me, Amy, I just want to thank you for all the love and just continue to spread it and create beauty in the world.
I'm giving you straight up throwback vibes. I hope you like it. The next topic, guys, is going to be a little serious. So if you're sensitive to certain topics, I would not advise you to listen. You are more than welcome to fast forward through it. But I do want to have a conversation with the parents that have kids or a kid that's struggling with their identity. Now, when I say kid, I don't mean a 5 or a 6-year-old. I mean, I'm not a parent, but I think that's too early to be having these types of conversations. But for the parents that do have kids that are becoming of age, and we knew when we knew ourselves, just answering those unanswered questions and being there to support. So I will let you know that it's okay. I'm here to help you get through it. Let's do it. And excuse my face. Every time I wear a hat, my face just looks so big. I did need a balloon, maybe I did. So most parents love their children, they have expectations for them, they have dreams, they have their own goals and what they want the life plan to be for their child. Even though most parents allow their kids to be themselves, sometimes you just have certain expectations because it's your baby. You look at that kid and you see your face, you see you, and you see a life that would be perfect and suitable for everyone. But sometimes it does not go that way. When it doesn't, how do you handle it? Parents, what do you do if your kid came to you today and said, Mom, Dad, I identify with someone other than what you've raised me to be. I identify as someone else other than what you've named me. How do you handle that? What do you say? What's your first reaction? Think about that. Self-identity is a big thing. There's so many different labels that are out there, and I'm not going to get into it with the his, the hers, the non-binary. That's a totally different topic. I do not want to discuss that fully. But how do you handle it? Now, self-identity and sexual identity are similar, but two completely different things. I do not condone any type of sexual activity for anyone under the age of 18. And so if that's what you're thinking, get that idea out of your head. This is about how you're handling it. While you're taking that in, start reflecting, start thinking, go back. How did you not know this before? Now, don't beat yourself up about it because you are not wrong for feeling confused or sad. There's nothing wrong with that. But you have to think about your kid. Go back over their life and think, how did you not notice it? Signs of your kid or your teenager being different have always been there. You just never paid attention to it. That could be in the way that they do their hair, their activities, their friends, the way that they respond to things, their
fashion choices, all of these things, those signs have always been there. Sometimes we're too busy and we don't see those things. It's very important. Now, we've heard the horror stories about parents kicking their kids out, parents never communicating with their children again, them abusing them, putting them through shock therapy, and all different sorts of things. To me, I cannot tell anyone how to govern their lives or to raise their children, but rejecting them and making them feel horrible, especially at a tender age, is not the thing to do. You are solely responsible for ruining their life by reacting that way. Now, I know it's hard. I know it's difficult for you to understand because this is not what you wanted for your kid. But in all honesty, you want your kid to be happy, right? Now, in the process of this conversation, I know that you're still taking your deep breaths and you want to be angry, but now's not the time. They need you. Your kid, your teenager is now vulnerable. They're in a new space in life. They are coming to terms with who they are as a person, and they need you. They need you now more than ever. The world is cruel. I remember being young and being confused and afraid to tell my parents, and just always feeling alone, having out of control behavior, going to school, being teased by so many different people because I was different. And I thought I knew who I was, but I was afraid. And I suffered because of that. And to this day, I am in a much better place, but when I'm reminded of that, I want to save as many people as I can from that hurt. Think about this. Your kid had enough courage and enough love for you to come to you and tell them that there is something going on with them. They feel different, they're identifying as something else because they need your love. They need your support. There are so many different people, even adults, that don't get the opportunity to live authentically because they live in fear from people on the outside and people in their own family. This is not the time for you to turn your back on them. They need you. So many of these young kids, we all watch the news. They're killing themselves at 10, 11, 12 years old because they don't feel accepted. As a parent, how could they sleep at night knowing that their kid is gone because they couldn't come talk to you? Be transparent. Plus, it's a new wave. These kids are so different now. You have to be open for everything. No, don't be afraid to ask questions. Ask them. When did this come about? When did you have these feelings? What took you so long to tell me? What can I do to support? I'm spitting everywhere, sorry about that. And if you don't know what to do to support them, or it's still a little bit of confusion for you, don't be afraid to seek therapy. There is nothing wrong with that, and you're not seeking therapy to change your child. You're taking therapy with your child as a family to understand, to grow through this, because you want your kid and your teenager, your whoever, to be happy. You want them to be happy. You want them to live a successful and fruitful life. And don't worry about the grandkids, because if that's a big reservation for you, then that's a lot stupider than I could possibly think of. They're bigger fish to fry, and that's protecting your kid. So therapy is the name of the game. So there's so many resources online that can help you get through these things. Now, I can provide you a list of those, but you just have to DM me or follow me online. I'm just kidding. No, but I do have resources that I am more than willing to share with each and every single person, every parent that is going through something like this. And again, it's not just because of their sexual identity. It's them identifying as someone else or something different than what you anticipated them to be. There are tons of outlets out there for you to learn. So outside of the therapist, do your homework, study, learn, become knowledgeable, and leverage that information, because eventually someone is going to need you too. Know that. It's very important. Be there for your kid. I don't want to talk your head off, so I'm going to let you go. DM me if you have any questions. Love you guys.
A special shout out is in order to Prolific Closet for changing the urban luxury apparel game in Richmond, Virginia. For more information, visit them on their Instagram at prolific_closet or online at prolificcloset.com. Thanks for watching. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. See ya!